All right. I just got done, recording a video, and my internet has shit the bed again. Yeah. Um, this is a bit of a rant, so my thoughts are going to be all over the place. But I don't know about you. I like the game Monopoly. The game of Monopoly can be fun. It can be frustrating, but it could definitely be a fun family game. You sit at the table, you have your kids with you, or maybe a group of friends, I don't know. And, you're battling it out and you're trying to, own the whole ass board. I like the game of Monopoly. I don't like it when internet has monopoly over a goddamn area. So, Spectrum has a monopoly over my entire village. Go fucking figure. As with any internet service provider, they have regional monopolies. And it is quite annoying when you get stuck with a service provider that doesn't provide adequate service. So, I'm in the middle of recording my video, my Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate video, to be specific. And during that recording, my internet shit the bed. So, thankfully, I don't need internet service to record. My internet service is kind of the reason why I stopped streaming because I don't know when my internet's, gonna crap the bed essentially. And now I can't upload my videos because Spectrum decided it wanted to have an outage right this second. And this is probably one of the worst times for it to have an outage because my husband, Jax, is due home within the next hour or two. And for those of you that don't know, we're in the middle of litigation for a motorcycle accident that occurred back in August of 2024. It's still ongoing, part of it is anyway. And some of the calls that my husband has to conduct are with lawyers over Zoom. So, this is a real bad time for Spectrum to go out and, be unreliable because he has a Zoom call he has to be here for at 12:30. And apparently that is the time estimated to which, everything should be restored. But this isn't the only time that Spectrum has gone down and has, caused problems. For reference, we pay a lot of money for our internet service, gig speed. So when you pay a lot of money for gig speed service, you expect it to be consistent. And Spectrum is anything but consistent. At least for the past 3 or 4 years that we have lived in this house, they have, the service has been absolute shit. It goes in and out, it slows down, it doesn't want to work half the time. And, we've had a lot of times, evenings, days, what have you, where Jax has had to call Spectrum and he's had to get really, really pissed at them because anytime we have a service outage and the tech does, their thing, they ping, their service, junction boxes or whatever, and they ping the modem and, all that stuff, and they say nothing is wrong. Well, bullshit. We called you after we cycled our modem and router twice, and we're still having problems. And then it has to get escalated, and then, about an hour later, after much frustration, they go, oh, there is a problem. There is an outage. We'll get that fixed. Don't know when it'll get fixed. Okay. You gonna fix whatever the hell's wrong with your lines? Because this has been happening a lot. Like once every couple of months or so. And that's not the only issue I have with Spectrum. We've lived in this house 6 years almost, and we've had to replace their modem 5 times in the past 6 years. Yeah. So, Spectrum, fuck you. Fix your shit. And this is why I don't like internet service provider monopolies, because I don't have a choice but to use Spectrum for my internet. I would ditch Spectrum for Xfinity in a heartbeat. And I'm not, saying Xfinity is awesome. I'm not. Their home service sucks. But in the previous house we were in, we had Xfinity business class, and I can count on one hand how many problems I had with them. It was two. And the issues with that got fixed rather quickly. Where with Spectrum, they'll send a text message out saying, "Oh, it'll be fixed at this time." And then when that time, starts kind of getting closer, they send out another text saying, "Oh, now it's going to be fixed at this time." And it kind of does that, two, three, four times before the internet actually gets fixed. So, yeah, internet monopolies suck. And Spectrum has infuriated me with their shit service, their slowdowns, their constant outages, their whole customer service experience of, oh, we don't see an issue. And then after like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe even multiple calls, fighting with them saying, there is an issue. We're not dumb. My husband's in IT and he knows, he knows some things, obviously, because he's in IT. He wouldn't be in IT if he didn't know anything. He's usually the one to deal with the calls, and I have to sit here and, listen to him get really freaking aggravated every time this happens. And, we'll cycle, even before we call, we'll cycle the router, we'll cycle the modem. We'll do it usually twice just to, cover all of our bases. And we do all that shit before we even make the phone call to Spectrum. So it's not like, we're just calling to say, hey, it's out. Oh, we need to cycle our router. Okay, it's fixed now. Bye. But, it's just a whole shit show is what it is. And I don't know what can be done about it, honestly, because they kind of got us by the balls by, being a monopoly. So I'm stuck having to pay for a service that is not consistent. And I've tried. I really have. I've tried seeing if I can get Frontier out here. I've tried T-Mobile. I've tried Verizon. I've tried AT&T. Both regular and fiber. Can't get any of them out here. It's only Spectrum we can get out here. And, because we're in the middle of BFE, we're not, I guess, not exactly BFE, but, we're out in the country. The city's, closest drive to a city is probably 15 minutes away. But, it just sucks because, Spectrum has a hold on this entire region, and it makes it so other internet companies can't come in and compete. Like, what is the point of, quote unquote capitalism if you can't have companies competing in the same region? It's so stupid, and it's dumb that, local governments allow this to happen, local, federal, whatever. It's dumb that this is allowed to happen, so. And it's gotten to the point where I'm frustrated. Like, I literally, like, after my husband sent me a text saying, oh, yeah, this is what they sent me, Spectrum Service Alert, I literally posted back to him, and I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but it says, I hope Spectrum one day goes bankrupt and rots in hell. That's how mad I am about this, because like I said, we've had modems blow up once every year for the past 6 years. We haven't had one blow yet, but I think once it blows, we're getting our own, modem. We already have our own router, so our router's not gonna blow up like theirs would, but once this next one blows, we're definitely getting our own router that's, not going to blow up in a year. But it's, like I said, it's just so stupid that this has to happen. And I know I'm not the only one that's, going through the whole rigmarole of, service gets interrupted, on a constant basis, because YouTube is a hobby for me. I don't do it to earn money. I just do it for the fun. I do it for something, to give me something to do, because I am a stay-at-home parent. You could probably see, the playpen behind me. My daughter's not in it now. She's down for a nap. But, I'm a stay-at-home parent, so there's not a lot for me to really do other than, clean the house and take care of the kids and all that stuff. I want something for me to do, and Spectrum kind of makes it a little difficult when I can't upload videos, and who knows if this is going to even go out the same day I'm recording it because of Spectrum's stupid issues. But yeah, that's my rant. Thanks for listening if you made it that far, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.